I'm Sophia Smith-Gaylor, and this is Religion in the Digital Age for Heart and Soul on the BBC World Service. For this programme, I'm exploring how virtual reality is being used in religious practice, and it's suddenly become very important. I recorded these interviews before the coronavirus crisis, but now we're seeing religious services all over the world being cancelled. Many people who can't come together physically to worship are feeling isolated, and I can really see how virtual reality technology might help. Do you have any tips on how to stay connected to your religion remotely? Join the discussion on Twitter using the hashtag BBC Heart and Soul.
So right now I'm looking at a hide shield.
I've now come to Leicester University in the UK to hear about a virtual reality project that's preserving some of the most important artefacts of Sikhism.
The whole 18th century. And there's these artifacts that are here now. That's sick. Hi, my name is Abawe Singh Chauhan. I am part of the Sikh Society at University of Leicester. And there's these little details, carvings and markings on the shields and stuff. And then a massive Sikh Empire standard flag. That's sick.
He's looking very futuristic. Do you feel futuristic?
I do. I'm in some very Italian place right now. Yo, there's all these details on like the kalgi tikka. So these are all jewelries that they would have wore. Yo.
Is this the kind of stuff you've seen before?
No. I've never seen any of this stuff before at all. I've seen pictures and that's about it. But to see it in front of me is kind of mad.
It's cool that you're saying that because obviously what you're looking at right now is still pictures, but it doesn't feel like that.
Yeah. It's very immersive. I'm just looking at it as if it's right, as if I can grab it.
Why do you think it's important for young Sikhs to see stuff like this?
I've never seen any of this in my life, and for me, it just really connects you to your past. This is British Sikh history, so it really connects you to both heritages. It makes you appreciate both history of both countries.
Okay, so these artifacts are right here before you in the VR world, but if you wanted to see them in reality, where would you have to go to find them?
To be honest, I don't know. I know a museum would be an easy guess, but I'm going to assume that these are going to be dotted around the UK.
What this project allows us to do is essentially gets the museum out to people. My name is Gurinder Singh Man. I'm a Sikh historian and director of the Sikh Museum Initiative.
Why is it important for a smaller faith to make such efforts to preserve its heritage? Some's been lost, hasn't it?
The Sikh faith does not get the kind of light, so to speak, in terms of other religions. So for projects like this, it's really important for technology to actually give us, not an advantage, but kind of puts us on the level playing field. People who are very orthodox may consider just the Gurdwara or Sikh temple as being the location where the Sikh faith can be heard about or understood. And to some extent, that's true. But projects like this lets people who do not know much about Sikh faith actually have a better understanding of the Sikh faith. But I think also when it comes to these particular objects, what we're doing is we're actually recreating history. So as a result of that, we're giving people access to objects that they would never, ever be able to see.
Why do you think this might also be important for non-Sikhs to see?
Because even then, it's just generally very interesting as well. Like you can see, it's history not only just from the Sikh culture and Punjabi culture, but it's history from the English and also like from other countries like Arab countries and the Middle East. And this is something that can connect everyone and get everyone's like interest. Generally, just learning about Anglo Sikh history is just a beautiful experience.
Okay, right now, what we're going to do is give that headset to some non-Sikhs, see what they make of it.
There we go. Lead the way.
I'm Rachel Sweeney.
I'm Alistair Taylor. I study medicine. I'm in my 4th year.
Yeah, I study psychology and I'm in my final year.
And do you come from a faith background yourselves?
I grew up Christian. I'm not religious now, but my dad's a chaplain at Loughborough University.
I'm an atheist and my dad's an atheist, but my mum was raised Catholic, so we're mostly atheists in my family.
Right, let's try on the headset and see what you make of it.
Oh, I can see loads of different swords, some coins as well from the Sikh Empire.
Is it all new to you?
Yeah, I'd kind of want to know like who the swords were used by and who the weapons were used by.
A sword for a Sikh, or we call a Gurban, is an article of faith. Initiated Sikhs have the 5 Ks essentially, and the Gurban or small sword is something that they would wear amongst themselves. So the sword has always been the kind of revered object within the Sikh faith.
Do you think this is a good way to learn about Sikhism?
Yeah, definitely. I think actually like seeing the swords and then learning about how important they are to the religion, it's different to if you were just to learn about them without actually getting to see them.
Let's pass it over.
Oh, that's massive.
What's massive?
Okay, so I can see a really big cannon facing out into the distance. Oh, there's a motorbike. I'm not sure if that's a historical object. That's amazing. I feel like if I walked over there, I'd fall off the edge of this platform I'm on.
You said that your dad's a chaplain.
Yeah.
Do you think he would ever use a VR headset in his ministry?
My dad would love this stuff. He'd love it. He's very forward-thinking in his approach to religion. As a country, sometimes we don't learn enough about our colonial past. I think, unfortunately, a lot of our history that relates to the Sikh people is steeped in that sort of colonial history. As a result, sometimes it's not taught as much as it should be. But I think if you don't learn about other people's religions, if you don't know something about Sikhism, you're less likely to be able to relate to people from a multicultural background. So I think learning about this stuff in whatever form you can, in schools ideally, but also through programs like this, is very beneficial for the cohesion of society as a whole.